Hello, I hope you're doing well. This is Sheena from Stickies by CNS, and welcome back to our channel. This week is going to be a little bit different as I continue to explore different ways to decorate my hourly planner. The way that it's going to be different is by utilizing a lot of motivational stickers because February 14th is on this spread, and instead of showing love to others, I thought of having this spread dedicated to loving myself. I'll be using a couple of printable stickers from our shop, Design Your Life Planner, and you can get these free printables at dylplanner.com. I'm going to be using a lot of them, although they are fitted for a standard vertical planner, meaning it's about 1.5 inch in width. I believe it's still going to fit in pretty well in a smaller column. I think the column for this planner is a little bit smaller compared to the Hobonichi cousin, which is 1.3 inch. I think this one might be 1.2 or 1.25. The difference is very small. So even though it's a little bit small, I think it'll still work out. The main colors that I wanted to use for this week's spread would be blue and also purple. That's why I'll be using purple as the marker of color of choice to write down the dates for this week. I will also be using a lot of these 1.5 inch stickers and trying my best to not get so caught up in the lines. I'm one of those people that just wants to color within the lines and stay within the lines. So I'm trying my best to break off of that and just freely decorate as I please. So I'm choosing the motivational sticker quotes and full boxes according to the color scheme of this week. I'm placing down this pastel rainbow duo on the bottom side of my planner, and to accompany that is this light purple background with these orange leaves on the side. On the left hand side, I placed these two motivational sticker quotes in blue, and I think that the color palette suits really well. Initially, I was thinking of just placing these two motivational quotes, but there's the rule of thirds, so I decided to place another one so it completely covered the goals section on the left side, which is okay. I also noticed that I wanted to cover up the word on the left corner, so I decided to use the sticker strips in the sheet. So I know that this isn't part of the sticker, but because it's cut into squares, these thin white strips were left, and I thought that they would act as a great way to cover up the words that I wanted to cover and add a little bit of design too. So I just placed these two thin white sticker strips on the side to kind of create that lined effect. I also didn't have scissors with me on hand, so I thought of just ripping off the excess part of the sticker strip using my pencil board. After that, I thought of just using the bottom part of the left sidebar to record down my thoughts. So I just wrote down the word thoughts in all caps with my blue matte liner Dupe pen. I also wanted to steer clear of writing my entire work schedule because I feel that it's just pretty overwhelming and it makes the spread a little too cramped. So I'm just putting these huge letters for work and alternating the color in between. So I have the purple and also the blue markers for that. I also decided to add extra bits and pieces of stickers on the side, on the places that seemed a little bit bare. So I chose the ones that are fitting to the theme including these blue motivational sticker that says keep going, and also a couple of extra stickers. This heart is for February 14th, and I just paired it off with these two shining stickers on the side. I then worked on Monday's spread. After work, I was able to work on editing my reels, so I just placed that on my spread. I also paired it off with this Sarah having an all-nighter, because I basically looked dead when I was filling out student reports just before I finished and got off of work. After that, I wrote down the word cook with this blue marker because I was able to make pan-seared chicken with white rice, and also was able to steam up some vegetables for dinner. And I didn't really do much towards the end of the night besides editing my reels, so I decided to fill in the gap by placing this "Your potential is endless" motivational sticker from one of our freebie sheets. On Tuesday, I placed this make sticker. I'm not sure again where it's from. I believe it's also a printable from another shop, so let me know if you know where it is. On Tuesday, I started just sketching and going back to drawing, hoping to make new releases in the future. On Wednesday, I got off work and just wanted to relax for a little bit, so I placed this Sarah reading in Halloween and writing down that I was able to catch up on Yona of the Dawn. Currently, the chapter that I'm in, it's very, very sad, so I just had to mark that down in my planner. And to fill in a gap, at the bottom, I just placed this "You're doing great" from one of our motivational sticker sheets. On Thursday, I started off by placing this motivational sticker that says "See the good." I then placed Sarah running after her pizza because on Thursday, right after school, we had this program called Kids Heart Challenge, and basically they were able to do a lot of fun activities, which includes doing the limbo, doing jump rope, and all other fun activities. I then decided to place this "Hello, it's the weekend" sticker on the side just to fill in the space for the weekend. Moving on to Friday's spread, I started off by placing this Sarah drinking in Halloween, her coffee drink, and I just placed that in between the columns because I wanted to fill in the spread. I then wrote down that it was the last day of school before the long weekend, so I just wrote down the word "long" in the blue brush pen that I had. I then just decided to fill in my spread just a little bit more by mentioning that I was able to rest for the entirety of Friday. On Saturday, I was able to have a quick road trip with my sisters and also my mom. We went to Mill Valley because we haven't been there before, and there was a library that I've been wanting to go. It's the Mill Valley Public Library, and it looked pretty nice when we got there. It's basically surrounded by a lot of trees, so whatever window you choose to look out into, there's just trees all around. And their windows are really, really huge. So I really recommend, if you were to go around San Francisco or up towards Mill Valley, please stop by. I then decided to just write down all of the places that we passed on. So I placed this purple dots on the side using my marker and just wrote down all of the places, which includes the public library, going to thrift stores, and also being able to do a coffee run at Leisure. We ended the night by going to this Asian place called Noodle 21, and I was able to get their wonton noodles. So I placed this Sarah eating ramen just to indicate that. I really love their broth. It's very clean and doesn't have a lot of fat, and I know that because it looked pretty clear. And when I had leftovers and refrigerated it, the next day when I took it out, there were no fat parts on top. You know how like when you freeze soup, sometimes the fat layers go on top and they're like really hard or solid? They didn't have that, so it was pretty good. On Sunday, I placed this Faith purple sticker and just wrote down that I'm having faith that this room that I had just cleaned will stay clean for at least 2 more weeks. I then was able to hang out with some friends and we got some boba. So I placed this colorable boba sticker and just filled it in with my blue Valentines Dupe pen. We went to Teaspoon right after that too. I think their boba's pretty sweet, so if you're a fan of sweet things, you can go ahead and try that out as well. I then realized that there were a couple of motivational stickers on the sheet that still fit the color scheme, so I just wanted to fill it in and use as much of that as possible so that I can finish the sticker sheet. So I cut out this Make Today Count. It has blue ombre, so I thought that it worked out pretty well. There was a part of the sticker sheet that my rabbit cut off by eating off of it too, so I just cut out the flower part of the motivational sticker so that I could still use it despite it being partially eaten by my bunnies. Towards the bottom, I realized that I was not able to use that part. It's usually for tracking down stuff or just general notes, but instead of placing that, I didn't. And the past couple of weeks, I've just been using washi strips. But I found that using big washies on the bottom just makes the whole spread look a little bit more crowded. So I kind of wanted to steer clear from that and try something else. So I decided to try cutting out the rest of the motivational sticker from the printable sheet and just kind of arrange them in a way that looks good. So I decided to mix in a couple of black and whites with the colored ones, and as you can see here, I was trying my best to see which motivational sticker fits which part of the planner, and it took a little bit to think about it, and towards the end I was able to finalize it. So I started peeling off these stickers and placing them too. Even though it took me a really long time because I'm pretty indecisive, I had to cut off a part of that because it was taking too long for this video. After that, I was able to fill in my thoughts for the week. So I just wrote down my reflection towards the left sidebar, and the space was enough just for me to write down. So despite not having daily pages, I feel like this whole space is just enough for me to write down my thoughts. And this is how this week's spread looks like. I'm really glad that I was able to be a little bit more expressive and be a little bit more free, not being too confined to the spaces and the lines. I was able to finish up a couple of sticker sheets, and I still have a couple of motivational stickers on the printable left, so I'm hoping to use a lot of it for next week's spread. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.